Good evening everyone and welcome back to the channel. Before I go on, I want to mention that in the video's description you can find a playlist of my previous characters analysis and a playlist of my tier list videos starting from January 2020. Today we're going to be talking about Selphie and her EX realization that comes tomorrow in the Phoenix Cave event. You may notice that I'm releasing this analysis earlier than what I'm used to do, and that's because I believe this kind of information it's good to be out before the character becomes available. So let me know in the comment section if you prefer these earlier uploads. I'm going to go over Selphie's strengths and weaknesses, as well as which artifacts you should be aiming for, and finally if she is worth investing and how much you should invest in her. Unfortunately, since this character analysis comes early, there won't be a video showcase at the end of this, as I will do those separately whenever I happen to build a character, linking their analysis to their showcases and vice versa. So let's get started. For this analysis I'll be talking about the purple Selphie, since that is the peak of her power, so keep that in mind please. Selphie was a character that started the support meta back in the day, followed by Kate Seed, and she was actually used for a good amount of time. Personally, I used my 35 CP Selphie from her release in December 2019 all the way to late May, which is amazing on its own considering this is a gacha game and power creep is a thing. A few months ago we got Selphie's level 70 awakening and her EX weapon during her Lost Chapter banner, and we got a taste of how she functions as a fully geared unit. Tomorrow she comes with her EX Plus, and even though she doesn't get something new or even a rework on her base kit, she honestly doesn't need one. Her EX Plus builds on her strengths further, but unfortunately does not fix her biggest problems in my opinion. Selphie's EX has a fairly fast recharge, being able to use it after one skill and 1 HP plus attack, meaning your aura buff will most likely have a 100% uptime for the whole fight. Aura makes every EX in the party, including Selphie's, have a 20% faster recharge rate, which is a mechanic that is unique to Selphie even to this day in the JP version of this game. This lets you do pretty fun team comps or makes characters with slow but impactful EX have a stronger presence in the fight, for example Agrias, Emperor or Yuri. Her wall provides a 20% brave damage reduction and party debuff evasion like many supports do these days, but unfortunately for Selphie, hers is not a 100% evasion chance, which can screw you over sometimes if you get unlucky, meaning you cannot rely on it. Selphie's buffs and auras focuses on boosting the party's max brave and initial brave at 60% and 140% respectively, and a mild 20% attack, which is always nice to have considering that Selphie is a strongly defensive type support. Unfortunately, when it comes to brave shaving, Selphie is probably the worst character in this game, being able to do it with just her brave plus attack, which you will most likely never use. She has various ways to heal and battery the party, as all of her skills with HP plus and wall offering strong battery options, while her drain, EX and bloom ability offer both heal and battery options. Recommended artifacts for Selphie are above all her C50 boost passive and 330 max brave as a secondary stat, and 170 initial brave as a consolation prize. Now let's see if you should invest in Selphie and how much. Like I always say, favorites before meta. So if Selphie is your favorite, then I don't know why you are still listening to me ramble, but if you still are, thank you very much. Right now we have many good and few versatile supports in the likes of Ignis, Penelo, Rosa, Y'shtola and even Rem. I think Selphie's unique mechanic of enabling your team's EX skill charging faster is something that will always keep you relevant to the game, but that leans more towards the fun shenanigans you can do with it. Right now in my eyes, Selphie is more of a luxury support to have. Something you don't need, but it's good to have it in your back pocket. And to make things even worse for Selphie, we have a line of extremely strong supports coming to the global version of the game, starting with Hope at the end of this month, who is also a defensive type support. So if I manage to get her EX tomorrow, no, I will not be purpling Selphie, because I am not planning on using her in a chaos stage further other than a Dimensions End stage, the place where you can never have enough support units. Now let's see how much you should invest in Selphie if you do decide to use her consistently. As you may have already noticed, my recommendations for Selphie's investment are different from my usual choices, and here's why. Using a book on Selphie slightly increases the party battery of her EX ability, while allowing it to overflow to 120% of each unit's max brave. Not as exciting as previous book investments we have seen. Using one ingot grants the aura buff to your party for 3 turns at the start of the stage, which is nice, and it means your units get a kickstart on their EX first cast. Furthermore, and I don't believe I'm saying this, it also greatly increases Selphie's attack. Why, Square Enix? Just why? That is honestly the most useless upgrade a character has seen to this day, greatly increasing a stat that they have zero use for. Selphie fans out there are still raising their fist in anger whenever they read that. Investing 2 ingots in Selphie make her EX slightly restore your party's HP as well, in addition to the battery whenever you use it, which is amazing since her EX has instant turn rate, which you could follow with a drain to heal your team back to full even if they are almost dead. That's a pretty simple but very powerful upgrade in my opinion, and is definitely worth the 2 ingots. Last but not least, if you decide to invest 3 ingots in Selphie, it adds an additional effect to her aura buff, making it not only recharge your EX faster but also raises the overflow limit for both gained and stolen brave for all units. Finally, it also unlocks her HP++ variant, which is a stronger version of her HP+ that allows Selphie to battery herself before hitting the target, resulting into a much better battery for your whole party. So in conclusion, if you plan on using Selphie on a single Dimensions End stage like I do, hopefully one that requires debuff evasion and praying she won't fail you, then I will just take her with a base EX equipped, not even using a book on it, unless of course you really need the ingots, and let's face it, most of us will probably use a book on it just for that reason at one point. If you plan on using Selphie on upcoming chaos stages and you are really missing a debuff evasion unit for your team, then you should at least use 2 ingots in her, because the HP restore on her EX cast is too valuable to pass on, especially in HP damage heavy stages. If you do that and you find that you really like using Selphie, then consider maxing her out, because as you may already know, you will be using her HP+ attack quite a lot in every stage, and having that HP++ upgrade will make her even stronger. And that was it. Tell me, do you guys prefer this earliest version of Character X Plus analysis? Also let me know if you plan on pulling for Selphie tomorrow, and if you plan on investing in her and how much. Please don't forget to like this video and also consider subscribing if you like what I do, because it really helps me going. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in my next video tomorrow, and please stay inside your houses and take care. See ya.